consultant for Break the Cycle. She supports students with stress and mental health. We will talk about how stress, social media, and school pressures affect students' choices and how students can get help.
So, Ms. Patel, can you please introduce yourself and your role at our school?
Yes. Hi, I'm Ms. Patel. I am the school social worker, and I'm here all the time.
Alrighty. How does stress and mental health connect to substance use in students?
Yes. So there's actually a big correlation between stress and substance use. I can't give you all the data right now, but when people are feeling stressed and overwhelmed, they tend to rely on other resources to kind of motivate them and help them to persevere. Sometimes that looks like caffeine. Sometimes that looks like maybe nicotine. I know there are some kids who experiment with other substances like alcohol and marijuana. But another addiction that people don't always think about is screen time and scrolling. They consider it a brain break, but it's also us feeding an addiction because it feels like it's taking off the edge.
How does technology and social media play a role in addictive behaviors?
Yeah, so we have a lot of technology and just like forms of social media right now, and I feel like that's the biggest form of addictive behavior in correlation to technology with teens right now. Things like Instagram and TikTok have reels that are 12 seconds long, and you're swiping, you watch for a few seconds, and then you're like, oh, I'm bored, and it goes. So you're kind of just like keep feeding and feeding your brain, and you can just swipe it away if you're bored. And so then you're kind of just fueling this idea that, oh, I only have to look at this for a few seconds, then I go. And your brain is constantly wanting more. It's wanting more. It's wanting to end on something that is, oh, this was the coolest thing, the most entertaining thing I could watch. Now I can put my phone down. But that tends to never come.
Yeah. From what you've seen at our school, what are the biggest stressors affecting students right now?
I would say that it goes hand in hand. The top two I would think about is one, just school in general. I feel like the expectations for how you perform at school has gotten harder and harder just because colleges are harder to get into. And so there's a lot of pressure on kids to succeed academically, but then also with their relationship with peers. I think because of technology, people are losing the ability to hang out and talk and interact face to face with others, and it creates a lot of anxiety and tension, and people don't know what to do.
For sure. And why do you think some students turn to substances or unhealthy habits instead of asking for help?
I think that I'm sure that there are a lot of factors that go into something like that, but I would say one of the biggest ones is probably just home life and what expectations are at home. I think there are some kids who have families that are like, okay, we're home, let's do our homework, let's put our phones down, let's do the work. But then there are some kids here whose families do not care at all, and so they're just left to their own devices. And if their older sibling or they see their parents smoking, like, that's a trait that they pick up. And so I think it really comes from what your home life looks like.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, Ms. Patel, for meeting with us today.